sprint, but as we mentioned earlier, his turf sprints, short sprints, he was right into the race and finished well. Just a lot of placings, new track for him, but he comes in on decent form. So I'll go 1, and Tom and John with the 4 here in race 5.
And the horses have reached the starting gate. Post time for the 5th. Cane Creek Road will take position at the inside. Gate crew working to get a handle on Cane Creek Road number 1. Number 2 up right is scratched out of it, so that takes us to number 3, Stand from Malibu, who walks right in under Silvio Amador. Now, Real Good Magic, Carlo Lopez, straight up to the line. Corn Pop, one from the outside. And Rhodium Runner, last one. Now they're in. Runners away. Good start on the outside for Rhodium Runner. Corn Pop quick into stride. Real Good Magic's right there to converge on the lead. Length and a half to Cane Creek Road. Tucked away along the inside. Alongside Stand from Malibu is right up in the mix as well. And they're tightly grouped as they run on for the far turn 3/8 of a mile away. On the inside, Real Good Magic, they're in stride with Rhodium Runner, battling on, and Corn Pop is right there. They're all stride for stride. Gap of 2.5 to Cane Creek Road, Stand from Malibu. They run to the top of the stretch. Real Good Magic is at the inside as they straighten way down the lane. Rhodium Runner and Corn Pop. Center of the track, Cane Creek Road in late. Deep stretch they come. Real Good Magic at the inside. Pressing is Rhodium Runner from the outside. Those two take it right to the wire. Photo between Real Good Magic, Rhodium Runner, back to Cane Creek Road. Corn Pop drifting back second last and Stand from Malibu Time of the race, 1:04 and 50/100ths. Unofficial order of finish on the board. The photo showed number 6, Rhodium Runner, the winner. Second was number 4, Real Good Magic. Finishing third was number 1, Cane Creek Road. And fourth, number 5, Corn Pop. Running time of the race, 1:04 and 50/100ths. Those results are official. The fifth race today was the Country Square Western Wear Purse. Into the Michelob Ultra Winner's Circle Rhodium Runner. Owned by Billy Christian and Shauna Christian, trained by Doug Carlson, and scoring his first victory here at Emerald Downs jockey Blake Nunley. Rhodium Runners, a 7-year-old bay gelding by Speightster from Casey's Irish Pride. She was sired by Salt Lake. Bred in Kentucky by Reggie Beeson and Tim Beeson. Here's a look at the prices for the fifth race. Winner number 6, Rhodium Runner, $11.04 to win. $4.08 to place, $2.88 to show. Number 4, Real Good Magic, $3 to place, $2.42 to show. Third, number 1, Cane Creek Road, $2.38 to show. Winning Exacta, $15.03. The Rolling Double, $20.35. 50-cent Trifecta, $23.23. The 10-cent Super worth $9.46. The Pick 3, $24.42. And the Pick 4 paid $173.64. In the fifth race, there was a claim. Number 4, Real Good Magic, was claimed. The new owners, Paula Marshall and Gary Lusk. The new trainer, Alexis Silva Martinez. Number 4, Real Good Magic, claimed from the fifth race. Coming up in the sixth race today, the Muckleshoot Casino Resort Purse, a distance of 5 1/2 furlongs. No changes in the sixth race. Post time on the board at 5:01. 22 minutes until post time.
Paddock time for race number 6 at Emerald Downs here on Saturday. It's the Muckleshoot Casino Resort Purse and a good field of sprinters, 6.5 furlongs. Joe Withey along with Joel Knipp of King TV. And many of you have caught their new show at 10 a.m. Every weekday morning on Kong, and it's changed Joel's life around a little bit. Joel, good show so far. You guys off to a great start. The Ultimate Sports Show.
Yeah, the Altitude Seattle Sports Show with Paul Sylvie and Chris Egan. Those guys are great. I mean, they've been in the market for over 50 years total. We have over like 80 years experience, so we have a lot of knowledge of Seattle sports, and we could talk all day long. I mean, an hour isn't even enough. We could really go on for 2 hours.
No kidding. That's a fast hour. And, you know, a lot of top 5 lists. Those are always interesting from so many sports now. Boy, you guys have so many sports to cover now in the area.
Yeah, we also do that top 5 every morning, the ultimate top 5. And it's usually my top 5. So it gives Chris and Paul a chance to kind of rip me a little bit, have a little fun. I mean, they don't really mean it, but they maybe a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, Paul Sylvie goes back to the early 90s, and I know Chris has been there a long time. And
25 years.
Chris from Puyallup, so he knows the scene around here, and you do too.
Yeah, Chris loves high school sports. He dominates that in the Seattle area. And I've lived here off and on for 30 years, so I know a lot about the Seattle sports scene too.
Okay, so we're mainly 10 to 11 a.m. weekday mornings on Kong, but there's other ways to view this as well.
Yeah, you can watch it on king5.com. There's a little streaming app right on there. Or if you download the app, you can also watch for it there. And also on Roku, I think, and Amazon Fire Stick, they actually have an area where you can watch it on demand wherever you want to.
Awesome. Yeah, just about a month old or so.
Yeah, a month old, and, you know, going strong. Numbers are good, and people seem to like it so far.
Hey, a lot of sports in this area.
Yeah, people love talking sports for sure.
Okay, yeah, I'll be looking forward to the top 5 list next week, and you and a couple buddies out here to do a little slumming. And your hours have changed quite a bit. All your guys have.
Yeah, we have to be there by 7 a.m. to get the show ready. So it's a definite change because we would work from 3 to midnight, but now we're up at 7. Oh, it's tough. It's tough. But yeah, we enjoy it. We enjoy it a lot.
Yeah, I'm used to sending you emails in the evening and you'd be there to answer them right back. But that's changed for the good. The Seattle Ultimate Sports Show.
Yep, the Seattle Ultimate Sports Show. We love the Bulldog race. I know you're going to have that tomorrow. I can't wait for that. That's going to be a blast.
Okay, we'll make sure and send video. Did you hear that, Cy, in TV? Joel Knipp of King TV joining us here at the track today. Great to see you, Joel.
Thanks, Joe. I appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, good stuff, Joel. Thank you. Yeah, the Seattle Ultimate Sports Show. I happened to be on there yesterday, John.
No, it sounds like a great deal. I'm going to turn in the first time on Thursday at 10 this week.
And I didn't give him the winner in the Preakness, though, darn it. Incredible. So that happens. Okay, we've got a good field here. Sprinters, you know, Elder Mack had a fast win last year. Adios Jojo already a winner at the meet. Whiskey Jack, he's had a spectacular performance or two. And Candy Caballo chasing, see that, I'm going up and down the list again here. Let's start with Elder Mack from the rail. First time out for the Blaine Wright trainee. And boy, his last sprint last year, I think that was his last sprint. He did win fast race right up near the front.
Yeah, that day he ran 1:08.4, and then the very next race he was battling through a 44 flat half mile and got beat a couple and a half, but that race was 1:08.3. Very fast horse, ran really good in his first start off a layoff last year, ran a close third to his stablemate, Tougher Than the Rest. Shows a nice, solid 5 furlong, couple 5 furlong breezes coming in today, draws the rail, probably be hustled right to the lead.
Elder Mack, a good-looking chestnut son of Lord Nelson with Silvio Amador. Adios Jojo, big win for him, first out this year, 2 weeks ago for trainer Howard Gibson, and he kept good company last year. He was a good 3-year-old sprinter as well.
Yeah, right after he shipped here, he was able to break his maiden. He also ran in the Irish Day, ran fourth to Sita Tiger and Kennedy Caballero. As you mentioned, made his seasonal debut a couple weeks ago. Went wire to wire from an outside post. This is a little tougher company, but he has a right to improve.
Right. It's coming back in a couple weeks. Adrian Castellanos returns to ride for Gibson. Whiskey Jack, the Ryland Harwood trainee, and trainer Harwood also has Whiskey Harbor, who was a juvenile stakes winner here. Whiskey Jack, and we remember that July 3rd race a couple years ago, and he's run some good races since then.
Yeah, it was a huge effort, and it kind of, as a 3-year-old, was able to compete in stakes there. Wasn't able to get a win after that race. He did run some big races here last year. Of course, went to Grants Pass and was able to win the Secret Saga, and has had a break since that race. Another one that shows some really nice workouts, and we'll see what he does in his debut as a 5-year-old.
5-year-old debut for Whiskey Jack with Carlo Lopez. Candy Caballo ran a number of good sprints. See That Tiger was just a little better, but See That Tiger was really, really good last year.
Yeah, as you mentioned, he just ran into the wrong horse in those stakes races, the Irish Day and the Auburn, and comes into this race for a barn that does well with horses coming off layoffs, has good tactical speed, a lot of positives.
Right, he was a good 2-year-old, a good 3-year-old. Candy Caballo now 4 with Carlos Montalvo for Tom Wenzo. Montalvo knows him well. Whiskey Harbor is a speedy sprinter, also trained by Ryland Harwood, also by the sire Rise Up, like Whiskey Jack.
Yeah, and last year when he was at Emerald, he didn't do well. He did it well back in 2023. He went to Grants Pass, had a win in the 3rd, comes into this race fresh. We'll see how he does against this company.
Veritas Equitas from Dan Markle should get a good pace to run at, and he has a good short dirt sprint in his past, Frank Alvarado. And then Tax Code, seasonal debut for this Blaine Wright runner.
Yeah, he had a great 2023. 2024 only had a couple starts, and last year 4 wasn't able to win, but this is a lot easier company. He draws a good post for his style.
Yeah, we've seen him run some big races, and Kevin Krieger aboard for Blaine Wright. 7 to the track for the Muckleshoot Casino Resort Purse.
Dan Harrington's call to post for the 6th race today, the Muckleshoot Casino Resort Purse at 5 1/2 furlongs. It's an allowance optional claiming event, purse of $25,000 for 3-year-olds and upward. Number 3, Whiskey Jack, will be racing with blinkers on. They will be applied once he arrives at the starting gate. Post time coming up in 5 minutes. Race fans, this season First Bet is giving you up to a $250 sign-up bonus when you open an account and use the promo code EMD200. That's EMD200, and bet $1,000 in your first 60 days. That's a 20% rebate on your first $1,000 in wagers. Download the First Bet app. That's 1/STBet today to get started. And remember to use promo code EMD200 to claim your exclusive bonus. Download the app now and bet today. Fans, don't forget the Bulldog races tomorrow. 80 French and English Bulldogs will be competing. It's presented by Pacifico. Post time tomorrow's 1:50.
Race number 6, the Muckleshoot Casino Resort Purse, 5.5 furlongs, and a good group of sprinters in here for sure. Lots of top efforts over the last 2-3 seasons at Emerald Downs. So, the start of the late double, races 6 and 7 remaining. Let's head up to Tom.
Joe, in this one, I'm going to go to Candy Caballo, number 4. Carlos Montalvo will do the guiding here. This one looks to have the class advantage. Stakes placed for trainer Tom Wenzel. And again, Carlos Montalvo will sport the Todaro colors here today for Candy Caballo, number 4. I go 4-7-1 here in the 6th.
4-7-1 for Tom. Yeah, Candy Caballo, first start of the year. Just been a good 2- and 3-year-old. He's now 4. How do you see it, John?
You know, you mentioned Whiskey Jack from a couple of years ago. I keep waiting for that race, but I didn't pick him today. But one day he's going to run that big race that he did on that July 3rd. But I'm going to go outside number 7 Tax Code. You know, he ran into some pretty tough horses after having that great 2023. This is some easier company for him. He draws outside tactically, and the barn does well with Lehoff horses. I expect a big effort from him.
Okay, Tax Code for John. There's a look at Whiskey Harbor as he's getting racy there for his first start of the year. I'm going to take Candy Caballo as well. Just, you know, couldn't beat See That Tiger, but See That Tiger was our top sprinter of the meeting and a multiple stakes winner. Candy Caballo ran on when topped, and just good efforts all. I think he's going to fit on this level with the 4 and up group. So Tom and I on the 4, John's on the 7 in the 6th.
horses have reached the starting gate. Post time for the 6th, the Muckleshoot Casino Resort Purse and Elder Mac. First one to go in for 5.5 furlongs. Here comes Adios Jojo. Whiskey Jack now with the blinkers on heads to the mark. Candy Caballo, Carlos Montalvo in the Tadero colors right up to the line. Whiskey Harbor, Veritas Akitas, one from the outside. Tax Code, last one. Tax Code steps in. All set. Runners away. Losing the rider was Whiskey Jack. Whiskey Jack unseating Carlo Lopez. A battle ensues for the lead here. Elder Mac is at the inside. Up along the outside, Adios Jojo is there. And Candy Caballo splits horses to take over. Tax Code runs on fourth from the outside. Length and a half to Veritas Akitas and Whiskey Harbor, and around the turn they go. Candy Caballo out on the lead, clear 2.5 or 3. Adios Jojo is chasing up from the outside. Tax Code is up into third with a quarter mile to go, and they run to the top of the stretch. And Candy Caballo comes off the turn in front. Tax Code from the outside is there, and they're a furlong away now. Tax Code is on the attack from the outside, grandstand side, and Tax Code takes over on the front end. Candy Caballo is chasing, but it'll be Tax Code to win it by 2. Candy Caballo was second, Veritas Akitas third, Adios Jojo to Elder Mac and Whiskey Harbor. Ladies and gentlemen, the inquiry sign appears on the totalizator board. The inquiry, a steward's inquiry involving number 3, Whiskey Jack, losing his rider. Please hold all tickets until the results are official. Unofficially on the board first, it's number 7, Tax Code. Second was number 4, Candy Caballo. Finishing third was number 6, Veritas Akitas. And finishing fourth was number 2, Adios Jojo. Running time in the race, a fast minute 2 and 86 100 seconds. The 6th race today was the Muckleshoot Casino Resort Purse. Michelob Ultra Winner's Circle. It's Tax Code. Owned by Mischief Racing, trained by Blaine Wright, ridden to victory by Kevin Krieger. A 7-year-old dark mare, brown gelding by Speightstown. From Too Complicated, she was sired by Medaglia de Oro. Tax Code was bred in Kentucky by Godolphin. Still an inquiry pending on this, the 6th race. This inquiry involves numbers 4, Candy Caballo, and 2, Ideos Jojo. Please hold all tickets until the results are official. Once again, the running time was 1 minute 2 and 86/100ths. ladies and gentlemen, after viewing the video replays, the stewards have ruled that number 4, Candy Caballo, be disqualified from second place position and placed 5th for interference shortly after the start in the running of the 6th race. The new order of finish appears on the totalizator board. Finishing first was number 7, Tax Code. Placed second was number 6, Veritas Akitas. Placed third, number 2, Ideos Jojo. And placed fourth, number 1, Elder Mac. Here's a look at the official prices for the 6th race. Winner number 7, Tax Code, $594, $320, $262. Across the board, number 6, Veritas Akitas, $514 and $370 on the place and show. Number 2, Ideos Jojo, $380 on the show, the exact at $12.09. Rolling double, $26.88. 50-cent trifecta, $39.20. 10-cent super, $20.01. Winning pick 3, $48.31. Time to go trackside. Here's Joe Withy.
Thank you, Tom. The Muckleshoot Casino Resort purse goes to Tax Code. Impressive seasonal debut for the Blaine Wright trainee. Blaine assisted by Corey Delp and what's that? Mischief Racing, led by Vicki Wilson. And Kevin Krieger aboard. Corey, this horse was really impressive in his career here. Didn't win last year, but that was a nice performance today.
It's been a long road for him. We've battled some issues, but we've got him back on track, got him in where he belongs, and he run real good. I'd like to give a big thanks to Vicki, my crew at the barn. We've been working hard. It's been a tough meet to start, but we're here now.
Yeah, you're here now. It's day 4. Be patient. That was a big win today. Vicki, congratulations. You've been part of Tax Code for several years now, and that had to be fun to watch.
Yes, we were waiting a long time for this, so yeah, I'm thrilled, and I'm so thankful for Blaine and Corey, and Sharon Ross has been a big part of it, so thanks to everybody.
Yeah, hello to Sharon as well. She was part of his development also, but the right barn was the right stuff today. Kevin Krieger aboard. Tax Code moving those feet fast in the stretch for victory.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, as a result of the inquiry and disqualification at number 4, Candy Caballo, found guilty of interference for veering inward, interfering with the racing path of number 3, Whiskey Jack. That horse lost his rider in the early stages of that 6th race, therefore warranting the disqualification from second place. Coming up, the 7th and final, the Wayscarf Ford purse at 5 1/2 furlongs. Number 4, Samarolu, has been scratched. Scratch number 4, Samarolu. Number 5, Miladu Sonnet, will race with blinkers on. Blinkers on, number 5. Post time for the 7th race coming up at 5:31. 11 minutes to post. Fans, don't forget, next weekend, Family Fun Days will be Saturday, Sunday, and Memorial Day Monday, presented by Leaf Guard. We'll have pony rides, face painting, bounce houses, sidewalk chalk. Plus, on Sunday, there'll be a kids' race on the track. All the activities are free, and kids 12 and under get in free for admission every day here at Emerald Downs. Don't miss Family Fun Days, Saturday, Sunday, and Memorial Day. Post time 150 on each of those days. And of course, tomorrow we have the Bulldog races. Post time 150. It's presented by Pacifico. And the horses are on the track for the 7th and final, the Way Scarf Ford Purse at 5 1/2 furlongs. It's a maiden special weight event, purse of $23,000 for maiden fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward. Reminder that number 4, Samarolu's been scratched, and that number 5, Miladu Sonnet, will race with blinkers on. Post time in 5 minutes. 5 minutes to post.
Seventh and final at Emerald Downs on this Saturday. Thanks for coming out and enjoying Dollar Day. And we'll be back tomorrow at 1:50 with an 8-race card, as the racing is just going to continue to get better as horses get ready to run and arrive in town. But we've got a task at hand here. The 7th race, maiden fillies and mares, sprinting 5.5 furlongs. No claiming, maiden special weight condition, scratch number 4. Carlo Lopez is going to ride number 2, designated runner. Carlo got up and was fine by the time he got back to the jocks room. Very happy about that. Let's head up to Tom for one last pick on Saturday.
All right, Joe, and yes, that's certainly good news for jockey Carlo Lopez. Glad to hear that as we get set for the nightcap here, the 7th race. I'll go to the inside, Malibu Lady. Malibu Lady looked good at first asking at Hastings last year. Checks in with a razor-sharp workout here for trainer Patricia Leaney and Alex Cruz. Has the call from Malibu Lady, number 1. I go 1, 3, and 7 here in the 7th.
Malibu Lady making just her 2nd career start, but her first race, as Tom mentioned, was a good effort up in Canada last October. John.
Yeah, and I think that kind of points her out here. She ran a great 2nd. She shows a really good workout pattern that Tom talked about. Draws the rail at 5.5, which I think is a good post, and she improves it all from her 2-year-old year to 3-year-old year. She should be pretty formidable here. I'm going to agree with Tom.
Okay, you guys on the 1. I'm going to go 3, Native Empress. Kevin Krieger aboard for Tim McCanna on a 3-year-old filly. that's also a second-time starter who also raced once as a 2-year-old last year and didn't show a lot. It was a maiden special weight race. She is the younger sister of Princess Akawi, so, you know, basically kind of put away to let her develop and get ready for a 3-year-old year. I'm going to say she can compete on this level. So I'm on the 3, and John and Tom on the 1 here in the 7th.
And the horses have reached the starting gate. Post time for the 7th. Malibu Lady, right up to the gate. In goes Delayed, Not Denied, and now Designated Runner. Circling for post number 2 goes right in. Here comes Native Empress. Slippery Silk steps up, and Mildew Sonnet. Infernal Tory standing by as Magic Jewel goes to join them. Infernal Tory, last one. They are in the gate. Runners away. Hustled off the mark is Designated Runner. Delayed, Not Denied is fast into stride as well. They're joined by Magic Jewel. Moving through to split horses comes Slippery Silk, though, goes straight to the front now. Malibu Lady is tucked away at the rail. Will drop back a length and a half or 2 to Native Empress from the outside. Infernal Tory follows that to Mildew Sonnet, and they take it around the far turn. Less than 3/8 of a mile away, Slippery Silk strides clear by 2 to lead it. Magic Jewels in pursuit. Delayed, Not Denied, still in the search. And taken up there, Malibu Lady had a bad step. She was checked out of things as they reached the top of the lane. Slippery Silk continues on with a furlong to go. Slippery Silk's opened up 4 on the field now as they're in deep stretch. On the outside, trying to cut in late, is Native Empress. The raced in Malibu Lady has recovered remarkably and up to win it, Malibu Lady. Malibu Lady was completely lost for the battle up the top of the lane and remarkably recovered to come back and score. Time of the race, 1:05 and 25 100ths. sign appears on the totalizator board. Unofficial order of finish on the board first. Number 1, Malibu Lady. Finishing second was number 3, Native Empress. Third came number 7, Slippery Silk. Fourth, number 5, Mildew Sonnet. Michelob Ultra in the winner's circle, the unofficial winner, number 1, Malibu Lady, owned by Joe and Gloria Russo, and scoring her first Emerald Downs victory as the inquiry sign has been removed, and there'll be no change. Results are official. Trainer Patty Leaney with her first Emerald Downs win. Malibu Lady, ridden to victory by Alex Cruz, a 3-year-old bay filly by Stanford. From Mischief Free, she was sired by Into Mischief. Bred in California by Tommytown Thoroughbreds, LLC. Results are official. And of course, the stewards deeming insufficient evidence to warrant any kind of a disqualification there in the 7th race. They did have that inquiry review, but didn't take long. Took a look at the race. It's official. Here's the prices. Number 1, Malibu Lady, $628 to win, $366 to place, $264 on the show. Number 3, Native Empress, $558 to place, $298 to show. Finishing third was number 7, Slippery Silk at $310 on the show ticket. That last race exact at $13.11. Late double paid $12.74. 50-cent trifecta, $29.91. 10-cent super, $65.57. 50-cent pentafecta, $365.01. Let's take a look at the late pick 3 here. That's worth $33.73. The pick 4, $140.45. The pick 5 today, $265.56. 10-cent jackpot pick 6 paid $185.94. There were no unique winning combinations, so that jackpot carryover for tomorrow now stands at $2,930.57. Don't forget to join us tomorrow. The Bulldog races are right here tomorrow at Emerald Downs, along with 8 exciting horse races on the day. Post time is 1:50. Make plans to join us right here at Emerald Downs. From all of us here at Emerald Downs, I'm your track announcer, Tom Harris, wishing you all a pleasant good night.